Libra, welcome to the realm of astrology. This is your monthly horoscope overview for the month of September 2021. But before we begin, I would request you to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you can be notified every time I post a video. And Libra, I also want you to know that I do daily video horoscopes, weekly video horoscopes, and monthly sun rising sign horoscopes just like this one. And you can watch all those on my YouTube channel. So Libra, now let's talk about the month of September. But one more thing before that, this is for Libra rising and Libra sun. I would recommend watching your rising sign and then your sun sign. Okay, so let's talk about what's happening in the month of September. And the first important thing happens on September 6th, and we have the new moon in the sign of Virgo. It's happening at 14 degrees, right? The new moon, and a new moon is a new beginning, right? It's the new beginning that we will work on for the next lunar month, for the next 28-30 days until the new moon in the month of October. So essentially it's a new beginning that we will start and work on for the whole month. And this new beginning for you, Libra, is happening in your 12th house, right? Virgo is your 12th house, or check your chart, but it should be your 12th house. Check 14 degrees 38 minutes of Virgo. That's where the new moon is happening. So this new beginning in your 12th house is a new beginning in 12th house matters. Now what are those? Spirituality, connecting with the higher realms, closing out the past, drugs, delusions, addiction, depression, all those are 12th house things as well. So this is a new beginning in that area for you. Now it could be that you start a new spiritual practice, right? It could be that you start something that helps you connect more with the higher realms. Or it could be that if you suffer from depression or addiction or drugs or any of those things, then this might be a new beginning in that area for you. So I don't know exactly what it will be, but it will be in one of these 12th house matters. Or it could be a new beginning in closing out the past, right? Because September is a very powerful closing out the past month as well. I will speak about that in a bit. But yeah, that's the energy as well. So that's a new moon. And this new moon, Libra, is in a trine to Uranus. 120-degree angle, positive aspect. And Uranus is the planet of unexpected sudden changes. So it could be that this beginning that comes for you in your 12th house, connected to your spirituality, connected to connecting with the higher realm, connected to closing out the past and drugs, delusions, drugs, depression, addiction, all those things, comes about quite unexpectedly and suddenly. But this beginning will not feel very stressful because it's a positive aspect with Uranus. And if you want to know what this new moon energy is exactly, you can watch my new moon video, which will be out around the date of the new moon. But overall, that's the energy. And this new moon will also push you one more step in becoming your unique, authentic self, because that is what Uranus is, and that is what Uranus wants. Okay, now moving on to the second important thing, which happens on September 10th, Libra. Now Venus is going to enter the sign of Scorpio. Venus here is going to enter the sign of Scorpio, which means your second house. Now up until September 10th, Venus has been in your first house, and Venus is a benefic. It brings gifts, it brings blessings, it brings gifts and blessings. And it also makes you more receptive to wherever it is transiting in your chart, right? And for you, up until September 10th, that has been your first house, that has been your sign. So it has brought you some gifts, some blessings, some rewards, and made you more receptive to your identity, to who you are becoming. And now on September 10th, it's going to leave your first house and enter your second house and give you blessings, gifts, rewards, and make you more receptive to second house things, money, material possessions, self-worth, values, and skills. And on September 13th, Libra, we have the first quarter square of the moon. Now, this is a point where the sun and the moon make their first 90-degree angle, right? And this is a point where we are asked to make adjustments, to overcome challenges, overcome obstacles connected to what? The new beginning that you had on September 6th in your 12th house, connected to spirituality, connecting with the higher realms, about drugs, delusions, addictions, depression, all those things that I mentioned. So this whole week, starting on September 13th, you're going to be figuring out, right? How do I make this better? Okay, I started this spiritual practice, but maybe how do I find time for it? How do I incorporate it into my daily life? Okay, I'm making this new beginning with this addiction that I suffer from. For example, it could be anything. These are just examples. How do I go about it in a better way, right? Simple things like that. Yeah. And then on September 14th, Mars is going to enter the sign of Libra. It's going to enter your sign, right? Which means it's going to enter your first house. Now, Mars enters a particular sign almost after 2 years. So it enters a particular house on almost after 2 years. And wherever Mars goes, it re-energizes that area of our life. Very simply put, that's what it does. So for the past 40 days or so, up until September 14th, it has re-energized and reinvigorated your 12th house. Spirituality, connecting with the higher realms, drugs, delusions, addictions, depression, if those apply to you. That's where it has reinvigorated your life. Perhaps it's made you more spiritual, for example. Maybe over time you said, okay, I used to be spiritual, but life got hectic and I lost touch with my spiritual side. But Mars has come in and got that side back to you. Or it could be that you're feeling a little low for some reason, and Mars has come in and said, okay, start doing things, start taking action, start exercising, feel better, things like that. And now on September 14th, it's going to enter your first house after 2 years. So you're feeling this after 2 years, Libra. And what's happening here is Mars is going to re-energize your identity, who you are, your leadership, right? For example, if you've been a little confused about your identity, Mars may come in and give you clarity about that. If you've been a little laid back in your leadership, Mars may come in and instill those leadership qualities back in you, make you the leader that you were. I'm just giving you examples. It could be anything connected to the first house. First house is your identity, it's your appearance, it's who you are, it's who you are becoming, right? So that's September 14th. And the next important thing happens on September 20th, Libra, and that is the full moon in Pisces. It's happening at 28 degrees of Pisces, and that puts it about here, right? And here. So it's highlighting your 12th and 6th house, this full moon. And what are full moons? Full moons are points of clarity. It's the brightest night of the month, so we can see things clearly, Libra, on a full moon. And what are you seeing clearly? One is the new beginning that happened on September 6th in your 12th house. What you began then, what you seeded back then, you're able to say, okay, I think I started that back then. That's what started. And the second thing, which is more important, I believe, is that this full moon is a culmination point to the new moon that happened in the sign of Pisces in March of 2021. And that new moon was a powerful ending to the past that has been with us for decades. And we ended the past in a powerful way in March because last year in 2020 we started 2 new long-term astrological cycles. Now if you want to know all about that, you can watch the long-term energy reading for your sign Libra, which is already on my YouTube channel. That talks about things like where Saturn is, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, all the long-term energies. And that video will give you the longer term themes in your chart, right? Because energies do change day to day, moment to moment, month to month. However, there are certain themes that can stay with us for years, and that's because of the long term energies, the outer planets, and that video talks about that. But coming back to this, those 2 cycles that started last year required us to release the past of decades, right? And we did that in March in a very powerful way. And in April, we began a new life. We fully stepped into the new life. And now with this full moon in Pisces, which is the culmination point for the new moon in Pisces, which happened in March, we are able to release the past more. Whatever little remnants were there, we were able to release it more. So that's September 20th. And then on September 22nd, the sun is going to enter your sign, Libra. And the sun is going to stay in your sign for about 30 days. And up until September 22nd, the sun has been in the sign of Virgo, your 12th house. So it has illuminated and highlighted and brought to light your 12th house, spirituality, connecting with the divine, drugs, delusions, addictions, lies, closing out the past, all those things. But now from September 22nd, it is going to illuminate you, your identity, who you are, your appearance, your leadership, all those things, right? And towards the end of the month, we do have Mercury going retrograde. Mercury here is going to retrograde in your sign, Libra, in the sign of Libra. And Mercury retrogrades usually last about 3 weeks. And they are not the best time to start new things, to start new contracts. And during Mercury retrograde, communication can suffer, gadgets can malfunction. So just be mindful of that, Libra. And if you're thinking of starting something new, maybe wait it out for those 3 weeks. Don't sign contracts and begin something new in that 3-week period. And Mercury retrogrades are also a period of review. We're asked to reprocess things, right? View things from a different perspective. And for you, things are asked to be reviewed connected to the first house, your identity. So Mercury is asking you for those 3 weeks to review your identity, review thoughts connected to your identity, to who you are, your leadership, all those things. And we end the month with the last quarter square of the moon. Now this is the last time the sun and the moon will make their 90-degree angle before the new moon in the month of October. Now this whole week starting September 28th is about release and letting go. It's an emotional release, it's a subconscious release, it's a subtle release, and this is connecting to the new beginning that you had in your 12th house with the new moon in Virgo, which was connected to spirituality, which was connected to the higher realms, to drugs, delusions, addictions, lies, deception, all those things. There was a new beginning on September 6th, and on September 28th, the release process connected to that new beginning will start, right? So it could be that you started a new spiritual practice, and that has made you realize some things about your emotions, and now you're releasing those emotions, right? Things like that. Or the past came to a close with the new moon in Virgo for you because it was in your 12th house, where the past comes to an end, and now you're releasing whatever little emotions that were left connected to that. So that's the basic overview for the month for you, Libra. And now I will pick a card for you. And again, if you're interested to know where things like Saturn, Jupiter, Neptune are and what they mean for you, then you can watch my long-term video that's already out on YouTube. Libra, now I will pick a card for you, so let me do that. Says no place like home. I think, Libra, the month of September is about finding your home and being comfortable, right? That's what the month of September is for you, finding your comfort. I think that's what it is. So that's all I'll leave you with, Libra, and I will see you in one of my other videos. And if you want to know what a particular day looks like, you can watch my daily horoscope. Have a great month, Libra. Bye.